Hello everyone, this is potnetial here with an update video. Haven't made one of these in a good while, haven't posted a lot of videos in a good while. And this video was kind of here to just kind of explain why I haven't been uploading much lately. I feel like there's been a lot that's been going on, and there's just been a lot in my head about this channel and the second channel, and just trying to kind of figure out what to do about it all, and I feel incredibly indecisive. It's been more difficult to make videos lately. I just turned 30 recently, believe it or not. It's crazy, right? I don't feel 30, but I also do feel 30, especially in my knees. It's crazy that like I've been at this YouTube thing for so long. 2018 was really when I started like taking this channel seriously, and 2012 was kind of like when I started taking YouTube seriously on the potnetial Swag channel. But yeah, there's been a lot of stuff going on. Like I moved into the apartment about a year ago now, almost a year ago, not quite, but we're approaching it, man. I got a new job recently, and plenty of other things. Obviously, the wrist that's made editing videos much more difficult. So even if I do have motivation, sometimes I'm not physically able to. I've had even with like the vertical mouse, the very nice vertical mouse, it just isn't enough sometimes, and too much of doing that kind of stuff with the mouse really flares up my wrist, and it sucks. It really does suck. I hate it. However, since I got a new job, I'm making more money. Maybe I can actually pay an editor if I feel particularly motivated to get a video out. I'm finally, more comfortably living below my means because I am making a significant. I have gotten a significant increase in my income recently, so that's exciting. But at the same time, I also kind of took a step away from YouTube because I wanted to focus on other media. I was thinking about making a web comic, but my drawing skills just ain't it. I was thinking about potentially game development. I want to do everything, man. It's hard to do everything. It's nearly impossible to do everything. Not everybody can be Toby Fox, but I want to be Toby Fox. I would love to be able to make a game, make all the art, make all the music, do all the writing, all the coding, just make a project that's entirely mine and wear like 1,000 hats, and that's not a realistic standard to hold yourself to. As for YouTube itself, I have kind of been more motivated to try and make more evergreen content. And what evergreen content is videos that don't necessarily do well among your initial subscribers, but will show up in search or will show up in the feed and will be watched long term. I remember I've had videos, some of my most successful videos have performed the worst initially. So that's why I hate YouTube's rank out of 10 when you first release a video. I think it's incredibly misleading because a lot of the poorly performing videos end up having the longest lasting lifespans, and some of your best videos initially just immediately flatline on the analytics, and it sucks. It sucks to see it, man. And while I have a history of some really good series, I think of, I definitely, I'm starting to think that the golden era of this channel was when I was the most stressed out at my job, which also was when I was trying really hard. like I felt like such a tryhard to become a full-time YouTuber, and I've kind of given up on that dream. And poured that energy into getting a better job and having a better career, and it's been working out. But Wheel of Shitposts. I don't feel like I can make new versions of Wheel of Shitposts because I don't want to disturb my neighbors. You know, it's one thing if I'm disturbing my family because I know them like that, but I don't know. It just feels so awkward for my neighbors to like hear me cackling or laughing really loudly about stuff all the time. Maybe not all the time, but just like out of the blue, unexpected. It might freak them out a little bit. And as for reaction type content, gameplay like Honey Pop, like that's when I was at my most expressive and some of my loudest moments. And I actually remember there were times where like I would have family members come and like complain to me about how loud I was being while recording a video. So I don't want that with my neighbors, obviously, but at the same time, I don't also want to fall into one thing. Otherwise, I'd still probably be doing Pie Does Like Your Swag. I was the pony guy. I was the MOP guy. I don't want to be just the Honey Pop guy or the One Piece guy. Also, slightly unrelated, but I did open up Honey Pop 2 again, and I realized, since I got a new hard drive, I lost my my game save. My game save that I recorded with for Honey Pop 2. So I started actually playing that in my free time a little bit, just trying to get back where I was in case I do want to get back to Honey Pop 2 and make a couple more videos. Not saying it's going to happen, I'm not making any promises here, but I will say it is still just as fun to play as it was before. So that's a big positive. Yeah, I'm a little distracted here because I cut my thumb yesterday and the bandage it just keeps getting loose, so I'm gonna have to replace this bandage probably because once it unsticks it does not stick again. You have one shot to stick a bandage on there. But yeah, I even though I have interests in Honey Pop and One Piece and all these other cool things, I don't want to just be the guy for that one fandom, And that's easier to market a channel that way. It's easier to be the guy for one thing, but it's also easier to drive yourself crazy when you pin yourself down into like one type of video. And doing that over and over and over again for years. I've done it. I've been done that. It's not sustainable. I don't know how you can keep it up. And even if you're like really passionate about it, eventually that passion's gonna fade. Maybe it's a different story if I hire an editor. I don't know. And again, like, I only have so much money that I could actually pay someone else. Because again, it's all just coming from my income, from my job. So, how much can I actually afford? How often can I afford to hire an editor to edit a video for me? I don't want to underpay anybody. I don't know, man. That's a tough call right there. I think ideally, if I were churning out enough content, maybe I'd start a Patreon, and the Patreon would just be like an editor fund to help pay the editor to get videos out. And that would take a lot of strain off of me personally, especially with my wrist, because editing is kind of hard on the wrist. I don't think I can be an editor anymore as like a career, like a video editor. I don't think that's an option anymore because of the tendonitis. It's not carpal tunnel, but it is tendonitis, and I don't think it's an option for me at this point. I still work with computers for a living, but I can't do the repetitive tasks that are required of a video editor on a full-time basis. I can still edit videos, but it's going to be much slower. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot going through my brain right now. I'm not even sure how much I want to make YouTube videos because I have all these other interests. Like, I want to learn how to draw. I want to get better at French. I want to practice game design. You know, maybe I can learn Godot. How do you pronounce that game engine? It's the one that I've heard indie developers were using now that Unity shot themselves in the foot. I don't know, man. I don't know. But I do have a couple of videos that I am. I don't want to say actively working on, but just kind of like on the side. I've been adding I've been taking notes in my phone for. I actually have this video idea that I could probably just record like this, and maybe I will. 30 things that I learned by 30. And I really want to kind of narrow down that list, because I thought of about 34 things. So I'm probably going to eliminate some things from that list, and maybe I'll organize them and categorize them a little bit, and then I can just read them out. But again, I understand that we're kind of we've kind of gone a little bit beyond. We're post Mr. Beast a little bit, where every video is designed to lure in the people with ADHD and make people that don't have ADHD with the constant jump cuts and super duper fast paced editing and text on the screen that shows up for every single word that you say. I hate that. And I am kind of guilty in some respects, because I tried to implement that into a couple of my videos. That did not last long. That was not sustainable in the slightest. So, I do have ideas. I do have interest in still making YouTube videos. I don't know about the frequency, and I don't know about the methodology of how I'm going to go about that. But yeah, there's things churning around here, and I felt like it's been so long, and I just wanted to keep up with everybody. Feel free to leave comments down below if you have questions regarding this video. Feel free to ask. I am happy to answer them to the best of my ability. Obviously, I don't want to give everything away from up here, but at the same time, I try to be fairly transparent, and I try to keep people that are interested and awaiting the next Potnetial video hey, what's going on? What's happening? Well, right now this is happening. And it's just dangling off my thumb, and I'm like, come on, man. Really? Do we need this right now? Well, I am a nail biter, so at the very least, the distraction with the bandage is taking away any desire to bite my nails. Alright. I think I've said my piece here. Take care. Peace out. I'll see you whenever. I'll see you next time. Alright. Have a good one. Bye-bye. Oh, one other thing. I completely forgot to mention it, but Smiling Friends has... I made a compilation on there, and then I made a second compilation because that first one got a lot of views, and now I gained 500 subscribers on the second channel for Smiling Friends compilations, and now I feel like I'm being held hostage, and I need to just make Smiling Friends content on there. So I don't know what to do. I'm kind of in a panic. What am I gonna do? What is happening? I don't know. I feel trapped. The purpose of my second channel was to dump content that I felt was too different from this. And now I'm like, uh-oh. Something on there did good. What do I do now? Help!